So let's talk about the mind today. Now, I want to share my recent experience of my mind recently, my recent experience of my mind recently with you. Um, I got my period about 3 days ago, and I could tell that instantly when I got my period, my brain just stopped working. It was like everything I would try to get my brain to do, it just wouldn't do. It resisted all of it. So, for example, if I wanted to be kind with myself, if I wanted to be gentle with myself, if I wanted to give myself grace, my mind was like, no, not happening. Not today. Not today. And so, yeah, recently, the past few days have been challenging because I know that my mind, typically, I'm able to have more control over my mind than I have been in the past few days. Um, but the mind is a really crazy thing. And so, in the past few days, I've experienced just so much self doubt, so much scarcity, so much fear, so much judgment, so much self criticism. And my video today for you is about why this is. Why does the mind operate in this way? Because it doesn't make a lot of logical sense, right? Why would your mind beat you up? Why would your mind talk so negatively to you? Why would your mind create and induce so much fear in you? It's not effective. It's not helpful. It's not loving. It's not sweet. It's really annoying and really frustrating and really painful sometimes. So why does the mind do this? Why does the brain do this? And that's what I want to talk about today. So when it comes to the job of the mind, when the mind is being critical, the mind is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, unfortunately. The reason for this is based off of evolution. The mind is always seeking to survive, not necessarily thrive, but it wants to survive. And so, difference between surviving and thriving can look like your brain being really fucking mean to you versus not. And so, why? Why does the mind only want to survive? That's its one job. That's its one rule. That's its one sole focus, is to keep you alive. That's evolution for you, right? Survive. When you're here on planet Earth, we have all of these mechanisms, programs, behaviors, instincts within us to help us stay alive, right? Even if the life that we're living is awful, terrible, challenging, we've got all of these instincts to keep us alive. It's just programmed into us. It's part of being a living organism on this planet, right? And so 95 to 97% of what's going on inside of your mind is subconscious material. That means that there's only 3 to 5% that's left for conscious material. That percentage is pretty crazy, right? And so what that means is we're only consciously aware of 3 to 5% of what's happening inside of us. That's crazy. That's really crazy. So because of that, it makes it really hard to recognize, why do we do the things that we do? Why does our brain operate in this way? And how to heal that, how to maneuver away from that. And so going back to the topic of survival, your brain, your mind will keep you doing the same thing over and over and over again, because when it does that, there is a greater chance of survival for you, because it can predict what is to come, because it's already seen this happen before, right? So when we try to change, when we try to pivot, the brain is really challenged, the mind's really challenged and threatened, because that pivot says, oh wait, my chance of survival in this is less, because I don't know and I can't predict what is to come. So the mind is always trying to jump into the future because of that. It's always trying to predict what's to come because it wants a greater chance of survival. So when I learned this about my mind, I was so relieved because it helped me feel as though I'm not crazy. My mind's not crazy. It's just doing its job, right? It's just doing exactly what it's programmed to do within me, within you, within everyone around us. That's how the brain works. And so when we work on healing, when we work on meditation, when we work on all of the things to heighten our experience in life, moving us towards peace, moving us towards love, it's all because we recognize the natural insanity of the mind, right? It's just here to help you survive. It's not here to help you thrive. So if you let the mind just operate how it naturally does, you're gonna have a really hard time enjoying your life. And I tell my clients this all the time. It takes a lot of work to enjoy your life. It really, 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 really does. Which is a crazy thing, but it makes it so much more worth it. And so going back to the self-doubt, the scarcity, the fear, everything that I was experiencing earlier in this week and am still experiencing, my anecdote for that is recognizing the separation between the mind, the human self, and the spirit, the higher self, right? They're two distinct beings that live within us. And so our mind is just a piece of us. It's not all of us. So when we listen to our thoughts, sometimes they can feel so incredibly overwhelming. They can feel so incredibly accurate. They love to wear that mask of accuracy. When in truth, they're not. So allowing for that separation, that knowing of separation to happen. And so I want to go into that a little bit more. When I say that, when I say the human self, the human mind, that's the piece of us that succumbs to the fear, the self-doubt, the scarcity. It's attached to this world. It's attached to earth. It's a piece of us that has to stay alive, has to survive. So all of those pieces of the mind are so natural for the human self, the human mind. So having grace for that, giving grace for that, compassion for that part of ourselves, and then recognizing that we can choose to give more gravity to our higher self, right? And so I like to always paint this picture for my clients of not allowing for those thoughts, not allowing for your human mind to sit in the driver's seat of your car, right? Let her sit in the passenger seat, let her sit in the back seat, right? She doesn't have to drive the car, because if she drives the car, she's gonna make it fucking crash, and we don't want it to crash. We want it to keep going. So she's got to get in the passenger seat, and imagine it like patting her on the head, saying, "Thank you, love you. You're being so mean today. I'm not gonna listen to you, but I love you, and I understand why you're being mean, and you're just doing your job, and it's okay, and I love you, but I'm gonna drive the car today. Is that okay? Okay." That's the kind of conversation that kind of has to happen in order for you to choose your higher self. And your higher self is the one that is connected to spirit. It's the one that says, I trust. I trust, I trust, I trust, I trust. And I know that I'm deeply connected to everything and everyone around me. And because of that, I'm safe. And I'm loved. And I'm a part of something, and I belong, and I'm exactly where I need to be. And I allow for that knowing to become embodied within my heart, my spirit, my mind. Right? So that's a totally different pivot. It's a totally different pivot. And it feels really good to land in that state. It feels really good to land in that state. So yeah, that's the healing of the mind when it's going haywire, when it's being so mean, when it's being so judgmental. Know that it's normal. Know that it's okay. Know that your mind's just doing its job. Maybe hormones are at play too, aka me. And recognizing that you can choose, right? You can choose. You do have your key. You hold your key of liberation to choose your higher self in that moment, right? Can I come back to trust? Can I come back to surrender? Can I come back to faith and hope and unconditional love and tenderness, right? Like, what are all of these heavier thoughts trying to signal for me? Do I need to slow down? Do I need to slow down? Do I need to take a big deep breath? Do I need to get more grounded? Do I need more love? Do I need to place a hand on my heart and on my belly and take a big deep breath and say, I love you and I'm listening to you and I'm here for you and it's okay? Do you need to take a bath? Do you need to grab some tea? Take a moment, right? Like, that's the energy of the higher self. And feeling that is really beautiful. So that's my message for today. I hope you're having a wonderful day and all of my love to you.